Yes, let we join hand for make sweet, sweet salon. Let we pray. Nobody no get for come for help we for make we sweet salon. But now we self get for help we self. Let we avoid tribalism, nepotism, and regionalism, and all the negative zimzims them. Fumble them on a morning, on a afternoon, on a good evening, depending upon who side they reach we from. We don't come with another episode of politics and economics. I'd explain boku them why I can like for combine the two. Because as Nigerians thinking say, if you about 5 and 6, you hardly go do one without the other. So now it make it necessary for we talk about both. So some thinking day for the program, I put heavy emphasis on the politics. And some thinking day, I can put heavier emphasis on the economy. So, but I can like for combine the two. For the people away, now them fostering this for join the Voice of Salon Network TV. Mina Abdul Karim Kagbo, I based na Canada, and I can always remind people them say this not to for brag, but now for if we there for inspire other people them for like them proud of what they do. So as an economist, it help for put food on my family table, for cover my family shame. And I tell you thank you for that. So Yusuf, whatever you did do, as long as not legitimate, I want to emphasize on that. As long as not legitimate business, proud of them, my brothers and sisters. If other people say, oh, I'm trying for pin you down or talk down upon what you they do for a living, don't mind them, my brothers and sisters. All I can say is proud of what you they do, because now that thing they pull shame by you and make sure say you get enough for take care of your family. So again, I'll for tell una boku thank we get boku things them for talk about, so let I not spend too much time for go all over the place. But first, I want for make sure say I tell una about the various platform them we get. We get boku platform them, but you can able check we on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, former Twitter, now na X, and we VOS website, where we get the VOS television, we get the VOS radio, and we get the mobile app, we now the VOS television. If you go to Google Play Store or Apple App Store and just type VOS television, you will get we. And we get for updates this page because we get Diaspora Helping and Scholarship Program. We ISEF, they push for like we will accomplish VOS goal where we goal and for push Mama Salon go before. So we all go benefit, and in real little way for like we self give to we society. The society we don't nurture we don't give we give it the foundation for let we turn the people that we turn out for be. We all decide them we with the diaspora, specifically the countries that we base. Then countries and they no question that they benefit from we. Probably I will say then go they benefit from we services with talent and all that more than the country we born. So this let we not see I'm like a big thing where they give back. This not just minor, I will say marginal benefit where the country they get from all the accomplishments they will don't get. We most times now we home country. I mean, what they say home country, we host country, the country we host we, and they benefit because the taxes that we they pay, plenty of we, because then place here then get what they call progressive tax. So the more you they make, the more tax you they pay, and we all go definitely attest to that, saying we need to pay plenty tax from which they make. So me fambulem dia a big I want for say boku thank you to the people we don't they help we with the diaspora helping and program and particularly, and all we tire for recognize them people here, but them people here we don't donate through the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand PayPal account. I want for say boku boku thank you to una all we una name the show. I want for say plenty thank you. And we get also two people and we them donate directly in a salon. We you get brother Sal Fuad Kaba. I don't take small way from him, and we hope say it do well because can they call the show very frequently. But if for whatever reason you know they feel well, we wish you a speedy recovery. And if you're just busy, we can understand. But we hope no more say you did do well. So we get that we border there we based in Belgium. We the help for the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand program push go before. So it don't donate 3 times. And as a matter of fact, repeatedly I don't say now this platform say it don't knock chest for pay for we current recipient in school fee for, in lunch for a whole year. And then we get somebody we based in the UK, but the seller will not mention a name. We refer to him as anonymous. Anonymous, we a seller will not mention a name, but we need to recognize them over the generosity because he donate over 6,000 leons when are new leons and old leons. Some people then they say, why we still they talk about old leons? We the old fashioned people we still get for good day. So the old leons now are slightly over 6 million leons. So I for say boku boku thank you. And for una we want for donate, and even the people that we don't donate already, we they intend for open the scholarship program. We currently they accept applications, and this now something we I don't send on a check with Facebook page. And if you go on the VOS Diaspora Helping Hand scholarship program page website, when at vosdiaspora.com.org, you go able to forget this application. Dear una share am to potential picking that will believe said and deserving of help, financial help specifically, and they do extremely well in our school, and then picking and they then deserve for like we support them whichever way we can. And again, because of limited resources, unfortunately, we not go take too many picking them at the same time at once, but we go they roll them out small as we they get the donation that they come in. So dear, and for right now, we notice a boku, we don't receive boku application, but the more the merrier. So the deadline for receive application, me fambulem na October 11th. So we still get about 3 weeks round about there. So or we'll say less than 3 weeks. So I will really encourage people for share this and let we get more picking them way they go apply for the scholarship program. So fumble them for tonight. We get ABAB things they want to talk about. Boku na the agenda. But before I start for talk about the agenda, the topics that we get tonight, I want to remind you now of the number for call. That number there, if you want for we take your call directly or want for be part of the program, do I call this number? I remember I think it was last week somebody say, well, let me send message to them directly and stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not able to do that. If you want for send any message, send them to the VOS WhatsApp, and we they check down they very regularly. So if it warrant for reply, we will reply or do any follow up. But I want to let people know say we very busy now, and I get me day job plus other commitments them. So it will be again this now volunteer. So not to say we get so much time we will dedicate to VOS activities. So there we try we best for make sure say we able accommodate every reasonable demand as possible. So there, that we brother will be asked, say, okay, well, for reach to directly, and let we discuss whatever it be wish for discuss. Just left a message now the VOS where WhatsApp, and then if, like I say, a warrant for reach out to you, we will definitely do that. So I hope say that they please not take them like we ignore you comment or whatnot. Now make we they share the phone lines. We the program they on, let people share their thoughts, and also we get the comment section where if you want for write, you're not comfortable for talk, you can write, you comment, and if we're not able to read the comments them on the program live, I want follow on I believe say after the program I can read the comments them. So when I make sometimes can they I can come back the comments then we warrant for follow up. I can do that. So I want to be aware of that. And there we not get no intention for disrespect to now say una they come spend una time una write comment and VOS no even they acknowledge una comment. No, we they read una comments them, and I want to know say VOS na a family networks, and I make we they refer to everybody. Una the viewers them, we the presenters them, and the management we they refer to everybody as VOS family because we all now one big family. Well, whether a happy family or not, I'm not sure because some people in there, some thinking they way I can really step on them toe. I can be like the annoying small brother or big brother depending upon the age, but at the same time I can say something they're really glad for. They hail me and say, oh, wow, a good big brother or good small brother or uncle or whatever it is. So that's not the definition of family. Family person you would just expect for annoy you and you're not able for do much but still encourage them. So there I wanna continue for encourage me particularly because I know say plenty time I can step on people and toes. I need to do it deliberately and I'll get no malice for anybody, including the politicians them. I just they put salon force. I they seek the interest of the country where we all cherish we na mama salon, and I make as much as I can they refer to some politicians they say they're terrible, but when I notice I can even still say unfortunately now the same country we all born, so now my brothers or sisters. So I can give an example, Alpha Khan, and then terrible Alpha Khan and terrible Parantarali. I still refer to them as my brothers because we all na family. Salon and one country. And again, as I can say, one people, one country, or one country, one people. That's a beautiful slogan. I just hope no more say SLPP will keep up to that slogan there because it mean a lot. So it's rather unfortunate for like politicians that within SLPP they preach divide and they put Sierra Leoneans there against each other in the name of tribe, in the name of region. But clearly, we need for see ourselves as one country, one people, or one people, one country, whichever one comes first. So, me fambulem, the number for call, if you want for reach we live, and the phone number, the phone line open right away. We only get WhatsApp now. We don't retire all the other three numbers them, the toll free, the UK, the Australian numbers. So now WhatsApp. And WhatsApp, there, you know, get no excuse for make. You need for able reach out and call the WhatsApp number because regardless of whose part of the world you're there, you for able get access to WhatsApp as long as you get a mobile phone and you will get data. And I believe say we all, particularly within the diaspora, we all supposed for able afford data for make WhatsApp call, and it cheaper, I must confess. So Fambulem in that regard, the phone number for each we, the WhatsApp, now +1 343 997 5828 plus 1-343-997-5828. And una not forget to we get with VOS radio station where they na Freetown, and that radio station they you can able get them if you didn't at the Freetown area, particularly the rural part of Freetown, where now western rural, now 91.9 FM. And if you're not able for catch 'em directly, no worry too much. Just download with VOS mobile app. Either if you do use Android, just go to your Google Play Store and download and type VOS television, and you will get the link and download them. If now Apple, you know Apple product you get like just go to the Apple App Store and type VOS television and download them, and then you will even able to see me live on the mobile app right now as I talk. And if you did drive, one for be distracted by seeing me, you can just click on the radio and you will be able to listen to it in how they say. So Fambulem, the phone line open right away, and I will the pause in between my comment for take una calls them. Because we given that's now one number we get, we don't want to let people stay on the line for too long. And on I know say with WhatsApp now, where you dey on the line, they able for reach other people because and as a matter of fact, again I go take the first call. VOS Network, hello caller, waiting on your name and you say the call with phone, please. Go ahead. Oh, I don't know if really the person may be mistake. So it don't go off. I go encourage them for call back if indeed now this program you want call. Again, this not promise. I go pause the commentary and then take on a call as they come. So I want to say boku thank you, and dear my brothers and sisters, them let we share this program because favor can always say let we share, and then we brother in UK, brother George Walker can say sharing is caring. So dear, let we express that. Let we not really disappoint them. So I go encourage you to follow and share and let more people come for this discussion. Again, dear, if una feel say I dey talk boku nonsense, at least I believe say sense go deeper all the nonsense where they talk. Una just pick the sense out of the una left the thing that una feel say don't make any sense at all, the nonsense. So in that regard, I will say let we all come and be part of this discussion tonight. So Fambulem, let we go straight and let set the stage in terms of the things them way I want for we talk about tonight, Fambulem. So we get ABAB lineup of the things that we I want we talk about tonight, Fambulem. So if una look at the write-up, say join us on VOS as we dive deep into the latest political and economic developments shaping Sierra Leone. That's exactly what they do tonight. So again, I'm not gonna go by this sequence because I want the thing them way I go say we no go cause for let we go too deep and take too much time. I will talk about them, and that's going to be the bottom of the list. Now, yeah, but by order of importance, Fambulem. Few days ago, we go show now. 2 days ago, we see this topic. We see Sierra Leone's $2.2 billion, that's US dollar, Mission 300 Energy Compact receives official endorsement. Again, this na ABAB Toko. Remember, $2.2 billion US dollar per one project. And Salon, the whole country money, we did measure by what they call GDP, gross domestic product. It is less than 4 billion now. The whole country. And one project where they talk about 2.2 billion. Where on a member that Lunge Bridge, it kind of similar in terms of the magnitude. So now it make I feel say this very important, very, very important program or topic for talk about. So that's going to be the main topic where we go try for focus and possibly talk extensively. So yes, if all this thing are true, we go say this na potential game changer for the country in power sector. Because we all know say these days, buck off we with the diaspora. This not given. You need to even wake na morning and you begin one day say, oh, light no day else. No, no, no. It's like you take na light for granted. Say when you wake na morning, whatever you get for do, if you get for microwave you something or you make you tea or whatever you dey take na morning before you left the house, you know say you don't get for worry for light. So just imagine if we see this kind baby investment when a 2.2 billion with a bill, this not to M for say million, billion with a B for investor per energy. And remember, look where they go up and down for that $480 million investment from the MCC way that they don't drag we, and I will definitely say that terrible ambassador we, according to the news, say it all resigned. And they really, in my opinion, is very terrible. It's like say maybe they use both APC and SLPP. I don't know if now wait for drag now the aid or waiting, but it just make a mess of the country. I dey doubt if plenty of the things then way they show on the media or something, if not doing they make them up. But anyways, I hope no more say the possible way go replace them will be a lot better in terms of being very straightforward, transparent, and not two face. Because to me, by all indication, I see like say this. I don't know if I go say now outgoing or I don't go ambassador to the U.S. ambassador to Salon. Really, really terrible. So we will talk about that, Fambulem. And this energy, we title energy revolution, because definitely in a game changer if they put $2.2 billion into this project. And the thing will probably go take a big chunk of the program tonight, me Fambulem. I really want follow we look at with judiciary. So now make we put now say judicial tensions, high drama in the courts as Justice Allan Holloway rejects suspension. And I remember last week I talked about this suspension, and I still stand by my word where I say I give President Bill kudos for where he listened to the advice of where he take the advice of the Judicial Service Commission, because now they work that according to the Constitution for recommend a setup of tribunal for investigate judges and also the Auditor General. So then go according to the Constitution, and President Biosef act according to the Constitution, because the Constitution give that commission the responsibility for then look into case and then suggest or recommend to the president, saying a serious case, so the president need for set up a tribunal for investigate whatever issue then come up with. So President Bill do that, and again kudos for that, and Natiwa no go take back. However, the reason we make they bring this talk back, because we get some developments. So one of the developments, the justice way they are the center of this, he rejects the suspension, and the right thing for do Now for lack way they don't set up the tribunal they go through the investigation. For lack it go step aside. But I go read to now within a say in terms of where it say a reject the suspension. And few people they send message after the program to me and say, well, Mr. Kagbo, you be able to get time for listening to Justice Holloway on side of the story, and then the other person point to something where I be able for see before I come because it may happen. There be post time on the 17th and my program now be the 18th. But my program not to be for focus on the merit or demerit of the issue. That's not to be my focus. My focus was the constitutionality of the process. Because when I remember people in way don't they follow my program are very, very keen on process, the procedure. Because to me, now the backbone of democracy, you go by the democratic process. And will President Bill adhere to that? Yes, I praise him for that. The only thing we Funabi member, I put a caveat to that praise. They say, but wait to it look like say President Bill the cherry pick the case them where a need for listen to the Judicial Service Commission. So a hammer am, if I can use that word loosely, a hammer am better one because where you begin cherry pick waiting they in your interest and waiting all day in your interest and you forget about the fact say with democracy the constitution particularly you not get for cherry pick the constitution are the constitution you suppose for treat every case the same way as it described now the constitution. So I go talk a little bit more on that. I go show now the the lawyers society then push back, waiting and say and waiting all this mean. And we go still continue with the judiciary. One thing where I don't know if I foresee it trouble me, but when I come to that, I go definitely save me 1 or 2 cents there. Now, this story, 2 men remanded for leaking President Bill's travel manifest. Ebo, a travel plan. Yes, let me say, they not do something right. But the thing that trouble me is this case, according to the judge where they handle this case, try for court time and say it treasonous. And I remember Mr. Shillon, they talk about saying the way how Salon will they trivialize treason, a really concerning, appalling to say the least. So that's draw my attention to this case. And I go talk a little bit more about this case, me fambulem. So we go talk about that. We put on as a leaked manifest scandal. 2 men remanded for allegedly leaking President Bill's travel manifest. What does this say about security and transparency? That transparency, I want to really underline that because let me say, President Bill, nobody not be ask him for let a run for president. Me fumble them. So if you don't be president, you don't be papa for the nation. And then when you they left the country, why that for be secret? I'm not able to understand how me fumble them. Because if really not be secret, this not for be make any headline. Because not enough for they for leak out. Because the manifest, not just your travel plan, your itineraries. But look them most powerful countries them. America and the European countries them where them presidents then they travel. They even go with journalists them. And the journalists them, the media go down stand alert and all that. No say, oh, the president for travel will go so side. And then go show the specific days. Just imagine, the countries them where you go say then the leaders then they are at a huge risk security wise and all that. They pull the travel plan ahead of time. So and this again, what come to it? I will go more into this. So for like people and leak that so-called thing day, where I go say the plan, the president in travel plan, say, oh, you get for go yonder, that. Then una say it kind of tantamount to treason. I go, welcome to the read up. I go, me, me brothers and sisters, and I really want for we talk a little bit about the judiciary, now, yeah, because it look like say they don't go colo, they don't go AY. So I go talk about that. And the other thing where I go want for talk about is still they within the justice system. Me fumble them. This now another disturbing news where I really want for let we think about this. This headline. Justice Momoja Stevens drags girlfriend to court over alleged domestic violence. Girlfriend, oh, not in weful. In girlfriend. As a justice. A can go court for domestic violence. And for some of una way they follow this, maybe they follow the story few years back. And as a matter of fact, this lady na 21-year-old. And what come to the detail, una go see a lot. So where this lady be 19-year-old, it put on social media a video. Unfortunately, I'll not be able to forget the video. But there, for some of una we get the video, una will send them to the VOS WhatsApp. And una right now the comments una don't send them, and I will try for download them while we're on the program, and we go play them if I will get them on time. The Pekin be 19, and remember at 19, according to the story, say he and this justice they be done day for boyfriend and girlfriend years. He put it so. Years. So a 19-year-old. So if years when a plural, say minimum 2 years, waiting that they tell we. It they tell we say this speaking na be minor where this man begin follow him. They go after him. And at that time, where in 19, he alleged by that video say this man give him belly and he dump him. He denied the belly. And who knows if not to another thing, it try for intimidate the Pekin for like talk or whatnot. So now it go ahead of him and get case. So where it go come up with something now, then go just kind of say, oh well, now whatever it is. Then kind people here we then entrust the judicial system with. We fumble them. I go read for now the article. And let we all talk about them. But I just delay the premise for now. We fumble them. The other thing where I want to talk about, again, I know say where I will do a program on this man, winner Jagaban. But people then come and say, oh, well, I read the comments them as I tell una, say, I can read comments them even after the show. So, let's just read for now the write-up, okay? Travel bust. Transport bust. Jagaban secures a $3 million bus deal to revamp Sierra Leone's public transportation. This is not the title. Jagaban secures $3 million bus deal to boost public transport in Sierra Leone. We fumble them. This man, again, I don't want to let people misunderstand me as saying at the endorsement. No, I know Sabiam. I know when they put money into a campaign, if at all it don't making campaign go public. So I want for set the record straight now. This not to endorsement. I just to make the case, like I be say upfront, I care about Sierra Leone, about the future of that country there. So now that make I decide for take for talk about it. Let I bring unto our attention, my brothers and sisters. Now, this man, Jagaban, we all know say, for to the best of my knowledge, ever occupy public office for say it don't thief the government money. And where I be doing program, where I be talk about, I think na ferry it be say want help with, and then I talk back na my other channel where now the Bold African Voice talk about the block with and block for Bill plant, Okada plant. All the entire way they do so, we know members say it be then a government where you go say na government money don't thief. But the people that will reach out to me, one comment where I read, the comment say, "Oh, Jagaban, na Maryland it be there, so it don't defraud people, the state during COVID time. Now they making money." Now listen to this, so America where then get Boku master sabi people and for investigate, for go after rogue people them. Jagaban no dey in ID no, e not quiet to, e dey salon and they everybody name. And then una say Jagaban a thief or a defraud the state, and that money they go show na salon. COVID time. If una get the evidence then they, it very clear say the government go get more on them. The American government, I go say the state of Maryland. But yet to know nothing. So the thing where they emphasize now is, but my brothers and sisters, how when we go tire for put drag man them na that country there, for let them rule we. And then una they see say they ruin the country. They thief that country there. I want to say they thief the country to stupor. But I don't know if the English go be right. But they milk that country, they dry, maybe then they go be correct. Then they milk that country, they dry. And we all see very clearly say, not drag man them. And then come na power for do thing them way the real before politics, they know they smell safe for drive them or to car then they know they smell safe for building kind host then they. And now they boast of how many luxury vehicles, how many host them, how much na them bank account. And yet we they yell them people, we they hail them people and they, we they dance behind them. This person were not thief. No public money in the country, and this allegation they make so against, where that person they make against him, we know you see the American government or the state of Maryland come after him, and yet to now bring this guy down. Not to other side for say some term like how President Bill thief the country, go open business na Ghana, and then na America we're not successful. Well, una know very well. Because then they are going to say an open secret. And as Koroma, we don't thief the country. Una steal the elam. We boku of una, the place where he build na McKinney, just around the where you pass in place and stuff, you they see poverty, one. For say some time, they see how people in the struggle. But yet, it get mansion them, it get right now. Now Nigeria, they live even though we na self-exile. They live a lot better life outside of in country. And yet still on a day kind of elam. The present, the this, the that. Where it all ruin the country and now Bill continue for dig that kind all day. We go pull that country day from the shackle of poverty for years to come. And not go after them Instead, una they defend them. This man where we not get no evidence of say he thief the money. Una they make all kinds of story for bring am down. Ebo me fambule. So that's na una call patriotism. Look the headline. You know say me no know whose region he come out. You know say for a region. You know say for a tribe. Look what in the headline say. Jagaban secures 3 million bus deal to boost public transport in Sierra Leone. In Sierra Leone. We matter be a thief the country. Now in Sierra Leone, you go do buy that factory or go do that business in Ghana? Absolutely not. The thing where you go do na US with that with money way then thief. Now in the name of Sierra Leone? Absolutely not. Former President Koma, the money always a thief and ministers then all way then go some buy us in America and other places them around the world, advanced countries. Now in the name of Sierra Leone, absolutely not. This man they do dent here and not take public office at all in the name of Sierra Leone. And yet, when we all for support our Sierra Leonean, yes, the politics aside, I don't know in competence for be president or whatnot. Not to that point there, they try for emphasize now. The point where I want to emphasize is as a patriot, because definitely 100% you wake me past sleep and you ask about Jagaban in action, I go say na true patriotic act. No question about that. And yet, and the other, I remember somebody else tell me, say, oh, yeah, he say, now people let money don't take. So, if they get money and not be president yet, and not get no public office, then they not supposed to be even a good thing. That means people entrust them. Because the way how APC they go so, it look like say the chance for let be president is very slim. So, but for let people still believe in what they do, then give money, then donate to for them or whatever way they decide for give money, support them financially. My brothers and sisters, now something over bring come down for. Instead of we applaud them for that, for label, convince people them, say, okay, well, una contribute and let go do developments in a salon. I go read for now the article because this deal, what it mean and how it intend for benefits the country. I will talk about that. And again, as Sierra Leone, I make that music, I always can play them before the show, and I can always remind we not to other person they come for make salon. Salon now we self get for make salon. And look what happen. Fake Jagaban executive officials arrested in McKinney. So people are now they parade for B Jagaban. They work for Jagaban. Wanna see, my brothers and sisters? So not to nothing. If you check, you get political undertone to them people and the way they impersonate in officials. So we then go cause havoc, or maybe then go take money from people them here and there. They say, oh, Jagaban. They pass and collect money from people them for tarnish image. So the little way they help for the country, they see her now as a political heavyweight. The people they love them. And chance they say, but could youth go vote for them? So instead of una compete for the vote, for show the youth them way for right now Jagaban don't get na inside, say una self intend for do this for the country. No, instead una they go behind their afaf picking them. Pekito and all that stuff, then they wait till election come, una begin buy t-shirt or mole for we youth them. Now that's no more una sabi for destroy their life. not to for pull them from poverty, for give them dignity, where they go get job, as this man they try for do. Because most of them things here geared towards creating jobs for people them, and not other people them or Sierra Leoneans. And yet, when they do all kind of thing, talk and down. Ebo, Miss Alon brothers and sisters. So I'll go talk a little bit more on that. On a happy note, my brothers and sisters, one thing I really want for we talk small about, now we woman them, we girl picking them under 17 girls, crown WAFU champions after a stunning victory over Liberia, my brothers and sisters. And let we not just talk politics. This now great news. We girl picking them under 17, crowned them champion in West Africa. And before they reach the final, we then beat Liberia 4-1, and they draw with Senegal. Now the same. Now, in fact, they lead the group before it comes to this final level or final stage. My brothers and sisters, we need for proud of them pick here. This now they call patriotism. They fly the flag of Sierra Leone. And let we encourage them. Dear, let we not take and let we force them people them. We go say, oh, girl picking enough for the football. No. Now they're self-considered professionals and they make money. And if any of them then buy them, then go out, because you get them professional female league then now around the world. America get them, London, England get them, of course Europe, they're all over. They even can compete for European Cup. So let we support them we pick here. Because if any of them get them big team here, whether they pay them now good money. Some of them, yes, maybe they don't reach this level yet, but you get some female footballers them now, where they pay millions of dollars. So if them pick here safe, they make $200 or $300,000 a year. Guess what, my brothers and sisters? That's not a huge thing. We boku of winner they work that money they per year. So waiting and they go mean. Definitely they go to send na salon and they go probably pay tax for that money where they buy them, and then they go push the country go before, because the country they will get revenue from their sisters here. So there, let we cheer them up and let we proud of them, because that salon flag they fly so high. Again, my brothers and sisters, there I encourage you for let on share, because sharing is caring. And I will talk about, I will read on a comment them, and as I can always say, one for recognize the people that we don't join we already, because after the program see on better one, sometime I know we will get the opportunity for read the comments them and properly recognize una or welcome una. So I need for do them now before what happens Gary pa me. So me famble them, I want to say boku thank you to now all we don't join the program tonight. And again, I can always say, this particular person, my brothers and sisters, dear, and I learn jealous it don't take. As in fact, say, I don't care like for classify or categorize the families, but say now family, you get big brother, you get small brother, or big sister, small sister, and you get auntie, you get uncle, you get category, right? So I don't know category for put this we sister, we auntie, we mama, but Madam Bendu, again, I will say now elder, not to by age, now because it don't take from where we establish VOS, Madam Bendu don't deal with we, and till now. A day with we, and himself a very soft spoken, and we can call people them can come and say, wow, now voice of wisdom. So, Madam Bendu, thank you very much for we always the Grace We platform, and thank you for joining always. Madam Bendu say, hello, Fambul them. Yes, Madam Bendu, thank you very much, and hello to you as well for when you join the program. And this we are the brother we always can cherish, Brother Walker. Thank you very much. It's a good evening to my favorite presenter and economist. Well, it take two, my brother Yusuf. Now, one of my favorite, because again, when you born twin them, you get to be careful how they talk. So I not go say my favorite, but one of my favorites. People family like VOS family. Thank you so much, Brother George Walker, and we truly appreciate you. Where you always they join this program and they contribute meaningfully. And you say I'm watching from the long step area of Freetown. Here, Brother George. I mean, don't tell you the tell me the salon that long step there and I shower every day. I don't know if you don't change. Thank you again. So caring is sharing this program with your family and friends. Spread the word. Absolutely. And I want to say plenty thank you to Brother Kelvin Sisse. Say the money is not only for Sierra Leone. Okay, we will come to that. We read the press release. So I presume that the $2.2 billion. Yes, I will come to that. We get press release to that effect. Thank you very much for you remind me of that. G4, thank you so much, Brother G4, for where you join and you say welcome to VOS, everyone. Absolutely. Insef, another family member. And we so appreciate them. Brother George said, I still cannot get my head around Mr. Bill excessive traveling around the world. I think the person who leaked Mr. Bill's traveling plan has a heart. Well, I will come to that. And as we all know, say Brother George can always also they welcome people them and that true salon spirit where he open arms to everybody. And he continued to say, Brother Abdul, you are not alone. There are lots of us who care about the country and want to see our dear country in a better state. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you. And we get beaucoup Sierra Leoneans them way out of the country, we want the country for go before. But Madam Bendu say, Professor Lumumba once said it that we Africans hails the thieves and looters as long as they are our tribesmen. Wonderful reflection. That is the mentality of most supporters that are corrupted. Thank you, Madam Bendu. My body the guys, I read this. And you really nail them. And it's so sad. It really sad. The people and where we get so much evidence against, say na looters, they're not thief man them. And then people who they dance for. This person will not get no evidence saying on thief the country. They will bring them down. And this person anyway, thank you so much, Madam Bendu. Sister Mabel Koma say or grab syndrome. I don't know what that they mean, but I shall say some of you are familiar with them talk then they know that. And Mr. Kekura 007, thank you so much. Say Jagaban never defrauded the US. There was a guy with the same native name that did the crime. That person is in custody of COVID scheme. Wonderful. Thank you for that clarification day. Thank you. You see why I love for the camp, no matter where I tire, because you get boku intelligent people them. We then self they follow through and then self they help we for amplify the stories. So thank you so much, Mr. Kekua 007. Let God bless you. Thank you for that revelation day. Hassan Rahman Swari, thank you so much, Brother Hassan. Say good evening, good morning, sir. Okay. I know say salon now morning. Good morning. Sunshine Isata, thank you very much. You say thank you, Mr. Kagwen, family members. Yes. Welcome, Sunshine Isata. Welcome to the show. And indeed, welcome to all the family members. I wanted to contact, thank you, Sister Awana, to say, hello, Mr. Kagbo. May Allah reward you for your good job. We all, because again, like how Miss Dolan from Una, just a moment ago, so Miss they learn a lot. So I want to say to we all, let God bless we all, and let God bless Ukonti. I want to say boku boku thank you and welcome to C Camera. Say, oh foolish Sierra Leone politicians, who bewitched you? Mr. or Madam C Camera, brother or sister C Camera, my goodness, they want to ask them, please, who bewitched them? Because for lack that they go thief the country and go pull them out, and then left people and they suffer, dry one. That's definitely look like see them bewitched them. So thank you so much. I'm so blessed for get people like Kuna where they follow the program, where they contribute meaningfully I must add. And dear I beg, let me continue with this trend because this platform we need a see course, and I really appreciate Una for that. We're very respectful of each other. We can strongly disagree, but at the CC, we all handle them in a graceful way and with respect. So I want to say boku thank you to Una for that, where we all come together as one family. For let we talk about Salon, we can disagree, but with respect. So I really appreciate Una for that. So me fumble them, let a reverse gear. Okay, when I remember I talk say I go begin from the bottom. I don't talk about the sport. Done it for sufficient for now, and kudos to we sister them and we picking them for we were old enough. We get picking them above 17. So and I'll let Una feel belittled, but I just take them from that context today. So Una well done. And thank you for we Una make. We are all proud of Una, the under 17 female players. Them. I want to say boku boku thank you to Una. So now let I read for Una the thing about Jagaban. Again, not a long read because we get plenty things them for also read about. But this one, a very short, a quick read, I believe. So it's a Jagaban secures 3 million bus deal to boost public transport in Sierra Leone. Aspiring presidential candidate for Sierra Leone's main opposition, All People's Congress, Mohamed Omadu Kamara, also known as Jagaban, has signed a 3 million contract with a Chinese bus manufacturer to equip Sierra Leone with 16 new 60-seater buses. I know say some people then go say about 16 bus them, but guess what too? This not private man. Not to the country money where we are but World Bank then 50 million we then give Salon for make roads and buses, public transportation and stuff, and then we all begin like, oh, President Bill don't do well and all that stuff. Then they and the country money, okay. This man, as a private citizen for now, able for go negotiate and secure a contract for bring 16 bus them when a 60-seater bus them. I want to let Una get this magnitude or this very clear, because I know say some people and go on for they minimize the impact. Say, oh, boy, so it's in a 16 bus them. The government we don't bring I must bus them and stuff. The government na Salon money. And as a matter of fact, they're supposed to go through process for parliament, and even to some extent public opinion or public engagement for able be part of the ways them how for use them boss them and all that. Within they can famously call consultation. But this man a private man. So if even now one boss self where he buy, say for Briancam Salon, and for like Ronde Guess what? That one boss day, it get for hire maybe one or two drivers, then get for the apprentice, and that side way it they run, and then get for they buy petrol, and the side way they buy the petrol, then people and they go make profit. You know what how they explain so? Now waiting now by economics, then call multiplier effect. How one thing we do, how it they multiply in terms of people and benefit. So I just want to let una know that. Let una not make light of waiting it they do. Say, oh, but una 16 boss, they're not a big deal. Una not for compare in own work way they do, whether na 16 boss or one boss, to government. Where na government money, na public money that they use. So the threshold then different. We suppose for all the government where they use public money with like the stringent account compared to somebody where now in private money they use. So I just want to make that clear. So that begin. Aspiring presidential candidate for Sierra Leone's main opposition, All People's Congress, Mohamed Omadu Kamara, also known as Jagaban, has signed a $3 million contract with a Chinese bus manufacturer to equip Sierra Leone with 16 new 60-seater buses. The agreement was done during Jagaban's recent visit to China, which seeks to boost public transportation across the country. The buses are expected to provide citizens with safe, efficient, and cost-effective transportation, particularly in remote areas. Wanna get that? Particularly in remote areas. And lower, and lower effective transportation, and cost-effective transportation, particularly in remote areas, and to lower journey time. Well, I'm not too sure about the journey time, because if the road no good, it no matter how kind boss, he will still delay in a road. I don't know about that last part. But it continue for say, Jagaban, also known as the game changer for the country's progress, emphasized the need for reliable transportation in accessing healthcare, education, and economic opportunities. Also, in improving mobility, the project will generate employment opportunities for drivers, conductors, technicians, and logistic workers. Just as I explained, that multiplier effect, me brothers and sisters. Them people that we get for hire, the drivers them, the apprentice them, the people that we get for the mechanic, they will get for the fix them, boss them they, and all the other things that were attached to running them, boss them they. Now job they create so for people them. So that's I want for Leona know. And he continued to say training programs will be implemented to help Sierra Leoneans learn the necessary skills to operate and maintain the new buses. The agreement is seen as a step toward long-term development with potential benefits for both infrastructure and the local economy. The buses will be supplied and deployed in the coming months as part of a larger initiative to upgrade the country's transportation infrastructure. Ifambulem. Like how somebody say the politicians, they will bewitched you. But clearly, you go consider it, say, like the country. If you not feel, say, reason there for praise this man. Again, this not to endorsement. I dey talk to this issue as Sierra Leonean, and we as the other salon person. They do it in they do so. Now let we say, I don't know how for say hypothetically per Creole, I don't know waiting at the okay, let we guess. Maybe something at the Creole that for hypothetically. Let we guess, say, in a win. Una feel say e go return them boss then they. Una feel say all the thing the way they do so it go stop. Una think about that. This na investment. This na business. Me they urge the current administration and the next administration for make sure say they work with Jagaban. Yes, like paying taxes them if una feel so una no wan give am tax subsidy and stuff or tax break. Okay, paying taxes, but una support them. Where if we were then at the diaspora, yes, me no get deep pockets like Jagaban, but you get good diasporans them, we get money. Then would they watch this man and see how the government they treat him. If they treat him well, it go inspire other people like come, we get money like come. For go do similar thing or even more. So this for be a way for attract other Sierra Leoneans them. Rather than that they go up and down and say, oh, foreign investor. This a salon person. Where if a lost election, na salon person, a get for base na salon. So investment go continue as long as una na hamburger for begin frustrate until he left the country. So me fumble them. I just decide for bring this story to now. So dear, then we they think twice. People like Jagaban, forget about your political affiliation. And people them where we supposed for support, whichever way we can, for let we get more Jagaban in that country day. What I mean by that? More people them we go think similar way as Jagaban they think in that country day. So me family let we move on. Now, as I be say, I dey take am from the bottom. Let we talk before we come to all the other things them we translate to judicial tension or drama, whichever we call them. Let we look at the case where Justice Stevens accused in girlfriend where he can go court and accuse the lady, 21-year-old, of domestic violence. And from the little where I read, it's not a wife. I don't know if even married. But the story is not too long read. Let's just read them for now, please, my brothers and sisters. Justice Stevens drags girlfriend to court over alleged domestic violence. Edwina Howard Jamiru, a 21-year-old law student, this is a law student too, so they come through like a brilliant speaking. A 21-year-old law student at Fuabe College has been charged with domestic violence against appeals court judge Justice Alhaji Momo Ja Stevens, the same judge she publicly accused last year of impregnating and abandoning her. Concord Times reports that the case, which was brought before Magistrate Mamako Sayo Kalon at Pademba Road Court Number 3, includes 3 counts of physical abuse and intimidation allegedly committed on August 27th, 2025 at Kawa Drive in Regent, Freetown. The charges are brought under Section 2, Subsection 1 of the Domestic Violence Act, 2007. If I'm with them, let's pause here for a little bit. Let us understand the case. 21-year-old lady, well, clearly we don't know Naya. We don't know if this man married, but Fole is a domestic violence, so meaning are the host. But the headline say na girlfriend, so you know marry them. So again, I dey try for filling the blank with reason. Because for say domestic violence, maybe highly likely, not even maybe, highly likely, they get either access to the lady house or then they together. 21-year-old. And the charges them physical abuse. And this second one I'm not able to understand. Intimidation. How wetin this speaking for intimidate a whole justice for? When they get the picture, right? So maybe the pikin go they kind of threaten for blackmail because if we don't bring something on social media once. So if they say blackmail, sometimes it go sound dramatic and put intimidation. So now think about that. How a 21-year-old student, how we go intimidate a whole justice? Just imagine, a whole justice. Una tell me to who da get the power na ya? We for able intimidating company. If I understand the definition of intimidation, mostly na the one way they empower and they intimidate. But it's not to that one way I go say powerless. So except a mass somewhere way down enough for tantamount to intimidation, if we come across as blackmailing, if he holds something on him and say, okay, well, if you don't do this, I go pull your secrets now or whatever it is. So, but the fact of the matter is, me fumble them as we they read, una go see the point where we they make earlier on. So then quote this person now way Justice Jan Stevens carry the case to. Now this person now we in a magistrate and they quote everything. And now the story go and say, according to the prosecution, the alleged acts occurred within the context of a domestic relationship. Within the context of a domestic relationship between Jemiru and Justice Stevens. The judge is now seeking legal redress as the complainant. When they get the story now, so domestic relationship. So they all two I don't know that tap to in company. When the matter was called, Jemiru was absent from court. Prosecutor Inspector Mohammed Kamara applied for a bench warrant for her arrest, which was granted by Magistrate Kalon. The case has been adjourned until September 25th, 2025. Well, I don't get the latest. Even though not today they be supposed for sit down back by the case, but I don't get the latest on that. But the side way I want to emphasize now, my brothers and sisters. This legal action follows explosive allegations Jemiru made against Justice Stevens in December 2024. December 2024. Una just kind of mark that to last December. At that time, then 19-year-old Jemiru circulated a video on social media in which she claimed the senior judge had engaged in a long-term romantic relationship with her, impregnating her, and then refused to take responsibility. Just imagine. The term where he make this revelation na be 19-year-old. Where he say this man Giambele and he refuse for take responsibility. Let we say na one-sided something, but just imagine they put Anaya say senior judge. Just imagine. Senior judge. Now we judiciary. And they make a mess of himself. So then court now the Peking. We were lovers, boyfriend and girlfriend, and we had been together for years. Remember, I emphasize on that S. Years. So if you take a minimum 2 years, and the term where that Peking make that allegation about the pregnancy, she was 19. So meaning that if you take minimum of 2 years, she was around 17, minimum. Now, he told me he never loved me and only used me to satisfy his sexual desires, Jemiru alleged in the video. Again, some people then go say, well, now not 21, so if not 2 years down the road, then it will be 19. No. The write-up say, na pa the video, he say that. Jemiru alleged in the video, this quote where they quote him, na pa the video, he say that. With the term where he pulled the video, na be 19-year-old. So if he put years, that means they be done day, boyfriend and girlfriend for over 2 years. So where you do the simple math, again, I just they make, put some math then together. So that means she was a minor, according to even Salon law. Because Salon law, you considered adult at 18. So she was a minor. Where they be the boyfriend and girlfriend. So now remember Kamarimba in case we almost one lost in life. This person, a senior judge, gets this kind of allegation, and what they do now, they flip him against the Peking, against this young lady, and try for. Then now, to me, I go say now, then they intimidate this young lady. So the write-up continues. She expressed profound disappointment, stating that as an aspiring lawyer, she had viewed the judiciary as a symbol. Unfortunately, the last part cut off. I will go back to the original article for I get that word they were missing. But me fumble them, here is the case. I want for a from una. We do not think about this whole thing. We a whole justice. They use people begin. So the last word now, symbol of hope. Just imagine. This for like we gal picking them. They face this kind of situation at the hands of people and we're supposed to protect them. Because we all know what in the judiciary is supposed to be. And yet, we see this kind of advantage, this kind of intimidation against this young lady. So before I go to the next topic, let her quickly go through our comments then, because I know say Boko Funa go down share on her thoughts on this particular issue. And rightfully so, my brothers and sisters. This is not something we all for frown upon. Because no girl pikin not deserve this kind of treatment. Yes, as they can say, sometimes we pikin can be harmful. But let we follow the sequence of event Naya. And this not for warrant investigation, for see at what age this man begins sleep with her pikin day. And if they establish and say he begins sleep with him below 18 years old, they're not supposed to go after him because he's supposed to be somebody we know the law. And we law clearly should say anybody with it below 18 a minor. And if even a grief for yourself is still considered within a call by law statutory rape, because the law say that Pekin not know what they do, and not get that much sense for let ego no say not a good thing or a good thing for let you allow you forget mommy and daddy business with him. Brother Hassan Ramanswari, thank you so much. Say injustice is the problem, sir, in Sierra Leone. 100% I agree with you. And I agree with other people and get for say. Brother Alusain Beriti, thank you so much. You say, I'm following your program in Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you for your relentless efforts in bringing us up to date news about our country, Sierra Leone. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you will follow Brother Alusain. And another prominent VOS family member, Mary J. Thank you very much, Sister Mary J, for we join. Good evening, Mr. Kagbo, and everyone in this platform. I'm so late. No, don't be. Don't worry. Better late than never. I like that. And Isef now one prominent person. Indeed, I always can join the program on time. Welcome, Sister Mary J. And another prominent VOS family member, Brother Konoti. Bravo to Jagaban. Again, all this is a band aid approach. Jagaban is a private individual doing the best that he can. We need real investment in infrastructure and a real maintenance culture. Hi, Fambul. Hi, Konotri. And as usual, INSEF, they share pleasantly with family members them at this forum. Thank you so much, Brother Konotri. And Sister Rose, thank you and welcome. Say Jagaban is a big scammer. He is just doing photo opportunity in Boss, Ferry, and plain factory in China to fool our gullible citizens. Okay, that's now you take. So why we not go begin for the follow through the thing that we say don't do and what thing they don't do, and then we use them for campaign against them. Because remember, so far from waiting I understand, you know, commit any crime at all. Because if laws say now photo up and all that stuff, then they for even go against them. But I don't feel say commit any crime. So if it is time for do that, remember the election are up to 2028. So if it put all in here, then how much years from now? It's 2.5 years. In 2.5 years, people will not see all the thing the way they say so. Hey, my brothers, my sister, you know, feel said and then they shoot himself in the foot. So again, I can always like for let we give people a benefit of the doubt. So you continue for say, I'm still waiting for Jagaban to take photo of skyscrapers and promise that he'll build low-cost housing for his gullible citizens. So I don't know really what you mean by gullible citizens. And where I come to the main topic, that $2.2 billion project where President Bill talks World Bank and other institutions that don't endorse. My sister, na simple plan, a proposal. The Lunge Bridge, na be plan. So again, why you not see the supporters them of all them planning all the campaign promises? President Bill campaign say he go build how many factories, then I put lock or no more, and even call a number where himself not even know, because I think say get problem with math. It say the factory them together go cost $44 billion. With salon economy, the entire salon economy, it's less than 4 billion. But they say Ingo build factories them, we go worth $44 billion. We are very clear. Say now something we yes, you will say everything is possible, but the possibility for let that happen is negligible, almost zero. So we the campaign people and clap for them and stuff. So by your definition of gullible, then they go considered gullible supporters then? I want to let you help answer that question there. G4, thank you very much. You say he feels say a day above the law. Okay, so I should say you the reference Momoja. So me fumble them again. That's now I comment them and I keep them coming. So I go left una to this one. Let una self based on waiting I don't read. And again, dear, let we follow the story. And yes, maybe we're not gonna make much difference, but social media are very powerful these days. If we follow the story and let we do our best for come to the rescue of this young lady. Because to me, when you look at them and you look at waiting now the accusation against them, as no I go say, it's sort of questionable for say intimidation. Yeah, domestic violence, they don't specify if maybe he sent something panam or a woundam or whatnot. They not specify. And that's another thing we questionable. They're not sure we waiting at the domestic violence. And now they send bench warrant for go arrest this lady. And then una they tell me say the lady they intimidate a senior judge. Ebo me fambule. I go left and so. So now let we go back and talk about I know say I want to talk about this. Let we talk about before they pick we will go up. Let we talk about the leak manifest. So that President Bill in travel plan, where two people are allegedly leak out. What are they talk about? And they talk about the story. So according to the story, and I go read for now, me fumble them. But we will not look into this. Where I read them for now, I sure say, I go definitely see waiting that the easy way make I feel sick in my stomach. The way how we judiciary they behave. According to the write-up, 2 men remanded for leaking President Bill's travel manifest. On Tuesday, 23rd September 2025, Mohammed Abuture and Abdul Kanu appeared before Magistrate Mustafa Brahimraja at Pademba Road Court No. 1 in Freetown on charges relating to the unlawful disclosure of President Julius Maada Bio's travel manifest. The 2 accused are charged under the Treason and State Security Act of 1963 with 2 counts of wrongful communication of a government document contrary to Section 71A of the Act as amended. Under the Treason and State Security Act of 1963. Me fumble them. Use the act there for charge them. So continue for say. According to the particulars of the offense between 20th and 30th August 2025, Kanu was in possession of the president's manifest and unlawfully shared it with Toure. So again, the Toure guy, I'm not sharing with them. So la isam up. So I will read that sentence there. According to the particulars of the offense, between 20th and 30th August 2025, Kanu was in possession of the president's manifest and unlawfully shared it with Toure, who is alleged to have further disclosed the information to a contact in Dubai. The charges were read and explained to the accused, but no plea was taken. Prosecutor Yusuf Isaac, I believe it's in Assise, Esquire, informed the court that the Attorney General and Minister of Justice had filed written consent to the trial. So, me fambulem, this is something we for take seriously. Now then conclude by saying, in his submission, Defense Counsel J. Will Wallace requested 14 days to prepare witnesses and serve relevant documents. He also applied for bail, arguing that the accused had already been in detention for 23 days without bail, where Sierra Leoneans residing locally had no prior criminal record and had fully cooperated with investigators. Magistrate Jah, however, citing the gravity of the charges and the potential threat to national security, refused bail and adjourned the matter to 29th September 2025. President Bill in travel, somebody leak in travel, and then you consider that as a threat to national security? This not overstretch, my brothers and sisters? Travel plan. And then, so my family gonna help me with this. From the first case, where a senior judge carrying girlfriend a court and serve that lady a bench warrant and say domestic violence and intimidation. So now tell me, what it mean to the justice system in our country today? So, if this is something where President Bill be open, transparent, because when you look the meaning of manifest, information about the people where they travel with, the plane where they take, and things like that. So una tell me, maybe I dey underestimate that, as the magistrates say, the gravity of the charges, because na state prosecutor. So it's as heavy case where I believe say as a judge, as magistrate, manifest. Waiting a nigga for disclose. The people are where the plans, the people are where they travel with, the flight way they take. When a common information that. So how people are knowing President Bill, in fact, where they go to any country, they not go down declare all that. They not go down tell them, say, okay, they come with them people here, and now this flight they come with, so then go provide them the necessary security for go receive them. So now tell me, my brothers and sisters. So this for considered a security threat. And then una charge them people are under the Treason Act. Again, now this are the appeal to my brothers and sisters, including me SLPP supporters them. Or me SLPP brothers and sisters, we feel see them loyal to the party or the president and all that. If them begin, they be so strict and try for manipulate the charges them, intimidate people them, or put people them in a tight corner. When I imagine where you get for stand against President Bill in plan for 2028. This now warning I dey send out to the people them, the presidential aspirants them, and people them way probably want for stand in the way of President Bill getting within he want. All them and a test it a test how much the judiciary they go for them. And when I don't see clearly it is succeed. When I remember travel plan, because that's another that I go call them. Travel plan. Okay, yes, it's wrong. Because you get proper official way for release them. But for say, then charge somebody under the Treason Act. That be too much, my brothers and sisters. Waiting treasonous about that. Now they say, now so it's so heavy that offense day is so heavy that it constitutes national security threat. Ebo, how for sure say President Bill they travel with this plight and with them people here, how then they constitute as in a national security threat? How it threaten the country in security? Ebo. And let we say again, this I know they wish for that, but let we say for whatever reason, as somebody they plan for assassinate Bill. Let's say, again, this now guess waiting I go say hypothetically, okay? Somebody say, okay, well, send this and suicide Bill they go and all that, so you go get you go get rid of him or try for assassinate him. That also is not considered treasonous, not to treason at all. If that person they succeed, it's supposed for be assassination, not to treason. So this not the thing way I'm able to understand as Salon. I really not able to understand. Where a parade then kill John F. Kennedy. Una ever hear them talk say then charge that person with treason? Una ever hear them say that crime they a treasonous crime? It always be assassination. Trump, where the somebody with make and whatnot, waiting and say assassination attempt. The advanced countries they will they learn from, even a UK, where they attempt on the life of a leader, not to treason, an assassination attempt. So if worst case scenario, say them people are they leak this information for like somebody go harm President Bill, it's still not tantamount to a national security threat, my brothers and sisters. So this, then they do all them tier Because like how Mr. Shillong say, we lawyers, they need to challenge the act here. 1963. Act of 1963. And they still they use. And yet, people are not able to challenge their acts. Then they say we get a new constitution. We're in a 1991 constitution, where that constitution, it give people a right and it lay them very clear. And yet, people are not able for challenge their acts. Then they, at least let them modify them. So this, when I see why I think say this very troubling, because this judiciary, where President Bill they carve so, my brothers and sisters, una the SLPP folks them, where they close to them. Similar to Ernest Koroma, whether you believe it or not, but Sam Sumana say that. They say 13 people within that room. Say anybody will go stand in a way, they go kill him and pour champagne in grave. So that's not typical definition of impunity. Feel say that they are above the law. So now that way the President Joseph they craft himself, use the law, and try for begin. They show how much he go will do if somebody stand in your way. So this now warning to me SLPP brothers and sisters. It will be you tomorrow. Because when you do work with them, you say, okay, well, because you want for bring them down or for you una sort of do something so una candidate go get an edge, it will begin to use all the tools here against una. And now no Jew or no deal. So for say you go get your PRA, go look into the case, like how Paulo Conte be escape. Una see how vaguely them try for talk say Paulo Conte in crime treasonous. Again, then just they use that treason loosely. So take the president, like say the president's not the nation. No. Not always. It represents alone. Yes, that's true. But it's not individual. The government, it's not just Bill. Father forbid it, Bill died today. The government, they continue. Julia, they take over. So Bill is not the government. He's the head of the government, but he's not the government. For say when something happened to him, then a state crime, but we must stop this. The same thing again, how una they do in terms of the foolish thing where una do about our hunt and say, okay, well, because he say strong words them against the first lady and stuff. So una make her now like say a state crime. Ebo individuals them for that matter. Like how then he say, now first among equal, we all now equally citizens. They're not there above the law. He's not the state. Where you go say where something happened to him, automatically for be a state crime. That's not wrong interpretation. So now stop that. Now let we come before time bet me fumble them. I just decided for put this day. And one una the SLPP folks them. Again, I emphasize on the SLPP folks them because now una get for they in the way. Clearly, it don't crush APC. APC don't scared. It don't intimidate them. They don't go na them shell. So the only people them now we go stop them. Now within in party. So it lay the foundation now for go at una, for crush una, with all the judicial manipulation. So me family, I know why I bring this judiciary to spotlight for throw a spotlight on. And the beautiful thing will happen in Malawi. Before I go into the other situation there, the other topics there, let's talk briefly about Malawi. And what thing I go do, I try for do put together a video for we sister network when at the Bold African Voice. I go encourage you now for like where I finish the video, I go share them and let una go watch them. This story about Malawi, very beautiful story. Chakwera, President Lazarus Chakwera of Malawi, accepts election defeat, promises Mutharika peaceful transition. And I know waiting at the beauty of this, the fambulem, for some of una when they follow up with other African countries their story. That just throw small light. And I will talk a lot more about that. I come to that topic, the proper one. Now, this current president of Malawi, he win election in 2020, 5 years ago. How he win that election day? This person we don't beat him so, that be the former president. So where him be in a power, again I go, because Leon are not confused, I go name them. So Mutharika, that be the former president, will be did before Chakwera. So President Lazarus Chakwera now in the current president. So then just completes the election. And in fact, before they announced the election, they accept defeat. But what happened for like him be president, the former president, when I am with now, unfortunately, I go say unfortunately, he's now 85-year-old and still the elector president again. So during that election, 2020 election, what happened during the time where they count, and not even go halfway to the less than 50% of the votes count, he declares himself re-elected. That's now Mutharika. He declares himself elected. So what this current president do when Chakwera, he go court. He challenge that action day. What the Malawian court do, Supreme Court, then declare the election null and void and ask for then do a rerun of the election within 6 months. So we then do that rerun day, the then president when Mutharika, he lost the election and Lazarus win. So now see the beauty. And not up there, this election, Lazarus Chakwera, where the election done, then they per count, in order for let them stop counting, say because the election it get boku yuki. Waiting the court of Malawi do, they order say no. They order the electoral commissioner for continue for count. Remember, a sitting president twice now. Twice sitting president, the Supreme Court of Malawi don't rule against sitting presidents. The previous one and this one. So this one, it say for stop the count. The Supreme Court step in and say no. Therefore, continue for count the result. And what did he do? As the current president, and not able muscle the Supreme Court. He puts together a case, a contest the result before even the publisher. So now, before just a day or so, hours after all this, he decide, because according to the count now, the the former president where he succeed, where na Mutarika, he get 57% of the vote, and in the Lazarus, he get 33%. So you see the gap so wide. And himself in 2020, he be beat the president, then big one, like far gap. So, but waiting at the point where they make Naya, and they make the point say, sitting president, not to one time, twice now, the Supreme Court, they rule against them. So this one now is say, well, the Constitution say, where you're not satisfied with the result, now for go to court and seek redress. So then prepare for do that. But now it don't see, say, you know what, it don't get much evidence. It tell in party for let them drop the case, and it concede this defeat, it accept the defeat, and then it tell in party, say, for drop the case. And now it don't send olive branch to the president-elect with a former president, Mutarika. What a beautiful democratic story, my brothers and sisters. And not only one term, for say sometimes, oh well, I need for finish my term and stuff like that, like how they see them nonsense then they. Like how it happen in a saloon, it happen in Zimbabwe, it happen in Ivory Coast. Well, Ivory Coast now he extend in 2 terms. So with this kind message, why saloon we say safe not for team up for we judiciary? Because now the bastion of justice in that country there, of the state. And the pillar for all we politicians they accountable. Waiting happen at saloon where we use the comparison. Yes, APC no go court for challenge, but we get a lawyer, we go court and he use the access to information law. Say le Kone publish the disaggregated result by polling station. What in the court do? They say for technicality, the lawyer a late for put the ink in papers them. Una see? So we deliberately find ways them for prevent justice in that country there. And because of waiting Samura, they call electoral injustice and stuff like that. 30 days, Salon people still get hangover over the June 2023 election. So what a beautiful story. I go encourage you now for like una tune in. By God's will, I go do them tonight or tomorrow. I go put together that video there for explain the beauty of within Malawi on display and some of the risk them given that an 85-year-old man they re-elect will probably his health go deteriorate very quickly, and then will probably be another Paul Bear where he just by name be the president, but you get either family members or people in way they run the state. And most times when they happen, then they go find way now for weakening the institution step. But clearly Malawi don't make a huge stride for push the democracy go before. 2 times the court the rule against a sitting president. And we now we waste resources on people and we leak president in traveling in travel plan and try for link them to security as security threat. What nonsense. What a joke and disgrace on the judiciary where we get plenty other case them for deal with. We yes na wrongdoing, but let up there. But for say, oh, it tantamount to security threat and all that kind of nonsense there. What a shame. So I just say let Gilna a context where people and they say, oh, Africa, we not go see that Western democracy and stuff. Malawi now part of Africa. And remember, this man, the current president, when Lazarus, he beat this one, we beat him so far. But one time, Malawians do not get a chance for rule again because the economy is so bad. Sierra Leone, inflation go 54%. And yet, we president win, he say he win first round. It really not add up. Because we don't see most times from US to Europe to Africa, even we neighbors them, Ghana. We know very well why the former vice president not win. The same thing, economy. Because that's not the number one thing where people they make very clear, say they play with. But we economy be so shady. So now excuse me for the language. But yet, it not even go second round. They say win first round. But yet, then they defend, it not gets no constitutional requirement for pull the disaggregated result. It never happen. Ebo, you say win hands down. And yet, they defend and talk about foolish tripartite and stuff for settle the case na table. And then we talk about Sierra Leone for develop. Hey, brothers and sisters, just tell me, say I'm naive and waiting, but I believe in democracy. Malawi, peaceful. And the outgoing president don't vow, say, it go ensure peaceful transition. And where he come out and say, yes, I don't lost the election, I go support the winner. He ask in party, say, let them withdraw the court case. He act like a true statesman. He bring peace in the country. Because otherwise, the other folks they ready for go and feel say he go find another way for sit on a power and whatnot. A triumph, the court not even budge. And definitely pay dividend for the people of Malawi. But we dey in a very, very precarious situation. Very peculiar situation, I must say. The economy be so terrible as it be. We're very obvious. Say if not to manipulation, Salon people and be they suffer. But yet, if you win, why you not show the result? Why all thing not in the open? But instead, una decide, say, okay, well, una go settle on a table. So all this they erode trust and peace in the country, and then una say, oh well, they go attract foreign investors. No, like Malawi. Me not a Malawian, but why you read this kind message? Say the Supreme Court very strong, the judicial system very strong, and they don't show that twice now. We're a very unique in Africa. And the current president, he even accept the result before the public announcement. The similar way as it been in Ghana, where the former vice president, he come out and concede and say, based on we own talent center, we don't lost the election, and congratulate the leader, the winner. So where people them na power, them behave that way, they like statesmen. Guess what? It bring peace and it encourage investment in the country. Because clearly we don't think they continue, people and we want for invest, then go say, well, yes, that country they, if I sign my contract with this current government and no say them believe in continuity. But we wait to the exhibit. APC, SLPP nonsense now the exhibit. Where APC come then cancel things then where SLPP don't put in place. Where SLPP come then cancel things that where APC don't put in place. in the name of the nonsense politics. They push the country go behind and then say, oh, I want to attract investor where they come and think about 10, 20, 30 years ahead. And you there for 5 years, probably max 10 years. You feel say that investor go gladly where you know say after you come out the investment not secure. But yet today say, oh, with the crowd our party down and with the fet and then show the world say we know are stable. And yet you say, oh, I want to attract foreign investors. Now irony. I don't know if people then go say oxymoron. So Mifambulem, we come now very quickly to the saga we don't see so far in terms of Justice Holloway in situation. I want to quickly talk about that. We reject the suspension. Again, unconstitutional right for say I don't agree. But the question now is, what you go do? That's not the $1 million question. But let's sort of quickly read in comments within a right, and then we will take them from there and let I do my own commentary. Because it's nice for we get in perspective. And waiting you say. Justice Allan Holloway rejects suspension, calls actions unconstitutional. Now underline that word there, unconstitutional. And what to make you say unconstitutional in this case, my brothers and sisters? According to waiting in the right now, it say Justice Allan B. Holloway has formally rejected his suspension from office and the withholding of his salary, describing both actions as illegal and in violation of constitutional principles. In a letter addressed to the Director General of the Human Resource Management Office, Justice Holloway stated that the decision taken against him is premature, procedurally flawed, and unconstitutional. You know, I'm so glad for this case in the sense that now something like this want. Let people use the court system for address their situation. When I remember for people that will be joined last week, I make it clear saying before, according to the allegation, say go on social media and post a letter and all that stuff, then they, if I don't go through the human resources. Some of una way be there, I sure so una go member. I make it clear saying them place where almost every side where they work. When you get employment issues, you know, they still take them to social media. No workplace not like that. Then get mechanisms them in place where they handle disputes. And that's not the HR. And within the HR, then get people and we train for handle disputes. So I'm glad this letter now, it send them, address them to the Director General of the Human Resources Management Office. Justice Holloway stated that the decision taken against him is premature, procedurally flawed, and unconstitutional. I will come to that. Again, I want to make a disclaimer na ya fambulem. Me not a lawyer. Me not a lawyer at all. But what I can do, I did do research. I did do analysis. And most of them constitutional things here, now plain language, plain English, they write the Constitution. As a matter of fact, the Constitution, now for protect, as Mr. Lawyer Shillon, they always say, for protect me and you against bullying from the politicians and the people within our power. So then for write them in a way that you for able to read them in a simple way and understand. However, the only body, not to just any lawyer, the only body we get the constitutional right or mandate for interpret the law, for saying that so the law mean and all that, and the justices, so the Supreme Court of the land. And that body there, not to any kind of lawyer for say, so even the lawyer them, I say me not to lawyer, absolutely, but even the lawyers them, now waiting and call opinion, and then they give. So according to my opinion, that the interpretation of this clause of the Constitution or this section of the Constitution, but then self not get the constitutional mandate for interpret the Constitution. I make any time with lawyers them they butt their head, then they say now this Constitution, this part of the Constitution mean now so then they mean, they can get diverse interpretation of it. But whose body way go make them say yes now the Constitution now so for interpret them and stuff now the Supreme Court. And I'm so glad the way now they are agbagbaya. And then now they fet so by the Constitution, waiting the Constitution say, and he now claim say a premature and do not follow due process. So I want for like when I understand that very, very clearly. Now the other is I'm up small because not short read, not a long read at all. So waiting he say, he further dismissed the directive from the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, JLSC, signed by the Honorable Chief Justice in his capacity as chairman, as invalid. So we don't come through the technical aspects now, Naya. So then, quote Naya, the so-called order of the JLSC, signed by Honorable Justice Chief Justice and Chairman of the JLSC, aforesaid, is null and void, is stated. Justice Holloway has called for an immediate reversal of the decision, insisting that the suspension not only undermines judicial independence, but also violates constitutional safeguards. So, me fumble them. I know say again, like I say, me not a lawyer, but based on what he say and what I read, according to the Constitution, the only body where it come for remove Chief Justice and also the Auditor General, because the emphasis will be the thing will be emphasized on during my program last week, Thursday, now the Auditor General saying if President Bill decide for go now according to the Constitution, why during the Auditor General it not be used the similar process? Now that question there be get way I be applauding, but I say with a caveat. But now Justice Allan Holloway, they say even so, the process wrong. So the process, in my opinion, where the process say the Judicial Service Commission, the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, now them for recommend or now then they advise the president for he set up a tribunal for investigate the justices for misconduct, and if they found wanting, they remove go through the process for remove them. And at the same condition the Constitution put for the Auditor General. So them people here, they don't sit on their whole meeting on the 5th of September. And then they don't meet, they send their advice or recommendation to the president, say if we set up a tribunal. And then the president do that. So they suggest for let's suspend because they investigate you, if they for suspend you, and then after the investigation, then decide whether or not for remove you or reinstate you. So to me, it's very clear that the Constitution, President Bill follow the Constitution. But now the technical part where Justice Holloway, they say, the person where he get an issue with when the Chief Justice, now him, now the chairman of that commission day, and now he sign for then take this step. So in a technical sense, the president get them right, but because of the person we involved directly with this case, it go considered conflict of interest because involved directly. If na them place here, they advanced country, wetin then go do, then go ask the Chief Justice, say let he recuse himself, as they call him by the language, recuse for let he pull himself from the process because it go considered conflict of interest. That side I see as the technical part. And then I see also, again, somebody be sent to me saying, oh, you be see waiting the Lawyers Society. So the Lawyers Society opposes the suspension of Honorable Justice Holloway. JSC, we now Justice of the Supreme Court, demanding its reversal plus a full investigation into his complaint. Simply put, it's Justice Holloway's complaint that should be investigated, not he, the complainant. Mr. President has been wrongly advised. Even the vilest offenders deserve justice and a fair hearing. How we treat the weakest and meanest of us reveals our collective empathy and approach to justice and equity. That's how we build a safe society for all. Okay? So then they say, now, yeah, the similar thing will be they talk about. So then see this man, Justice Holloway, as the complainant. So meaning that the aggressor, the person we commit, we commit the offense, for be the Chief Justice. So this twist, and let we sit down and see. One thing when me go say though, where I go say it completely from me little way I know, go be unfair where they withhold in salary. Because this kind of complex situation with the president, not a lawyer, and in that capacity, yes, he get a law team, but in incapacity as president, he do the right thing for adhere to the body where for advise them on this matter. He take the advice and he do what he suggest. However, I feel say if for be the people elect the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, we for step in and tell the president, say yes, you go listen to them, take the advice. However, for suspend, for withdraw or withhold in salary, then for suspend and with all in benefit intact. So that way, affect them materially, just temporarily pull them from in current position, but all in benefit if we continue for receive them. Because then complex situation here, now so they resolve them, now then place yourself. So that way if they realize after the investigation and notice say they wrongfully charge them or accuse them, then materially suffer. So yes, maybe it will ask for compensation for where them put them through all this, but at the same time, stop for receive in benefit. But I really surprised where the president now look into it that way and say it's supposed for continue for get in benefit, all of in benefit. Because he herself they suspend people and without with pay. It will only be without pay if they get clear evidence say you do wrong. But in this case, where in the force according to the lawyer society, say na enforced only complain. So given that now the complainant here, yes, for the fact say the person where a complain against, now in the chairman of the body where they advise the president waiting for do, it make her iffy. But in my opinion, the president not do anything wrong. He adhere to the constitution. And now the president still get room for reverse things in the sense that to me, I feel say it will set a bad precedent if they reverse the suspension itself. Because the constitution don't say this body now for advise the president as to where it come to this kind of matter. So me feel say if for nicely the president continue with the suspension, however, try for GAM in benefit. And then where the tribunal don't do the investigation, bring the findings before the president, a very clear that same act there, same clause there, we say it left to the president now for accept the tribunal recommendations or disregard them. So now during that time there now, the Attorney General, where now the number one lawyer in the country on behalf of the state, la putanso not to in ranking or anything, but on behalf of the state, the lawyer for the state, the number one lawyer for the state, and can work with the government now and say, this no, all water, and the Chief Justice a use in position for get undue advantage. They can look into all that. And then the president can even decide on that if law say we don't do the investigation, because they get for look at Justice Holloway complaint, where they look into all that and realize say now in the offend, the president can even through the Minister of Justice and lays with Parliament say, well, the Chief Justice do wrong, either for suspend him or even start impeachment process for remove him from his seat. And as a matter of fact, all that process were explained so, include the Chief Justice. So the Chief Justice, they can remove him, Parliament pass a 2/3 majority, Cable remove him right there, impeach him. So then they can just go straight to Parliament and no need for come from the Judicial Service Commission, the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, no need for come up from them. Because if we now go back and read that part of the Constitution, it make them very clear, saying with the exception of the Chief Justice, all other justices for go through that process there. So now me only to take that. But the other thing we I find too like mixed feeling. I want to say kudos and at the same time a little bit troubling. This justice, Justice Reginald Sydney Fynn, he writes to the president. In a member of the commission, we recommend for suspend Justice Holloway and set up the tribunal. He write a letter to the president. Again, kudos for that. But the thing where he write is sort of troubling. This is a big test to the judiciary. So me go personally urge President Bill for handle am with care. Because this it dey become ugly. So Justice Reginald Sydney in a 3 page, una bear with me, I will extend small. Justice Reginald Sydney Fynn, when a Justice of the Court of Appeal of Sierra Leone, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone State House, Freetown, 22nd September 2025. And wetin he write say, Your Excellency, the reason for wetin he dey write for, decision of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission to refer the Honorable Justice Allan Holloway, JSC, to the President for the purpose of setting up a tribunal to investigate the judge's conduct. And wetin he write? I write directly to Your Excellency because I was not allowed at the meeting of the Judicial and Legal Service Commission to put on the record my dissent, meaning in disagreement, and reservations to the above decision reached at the meeting held on 5th September 2025 as provided for by law and best corporate practices to wit. 3. Any member who is present at a meeting when a decision is made shall be entitled to dissent therefrom, and to have his dissent and his reasons therefore set out in the record of said meeting. So a quote, part of the Judicial Service Regulation, we say, yes, you can object, but your objection not get for be part of the meeting, like the record of the meeting, it not go be recorded, say, you not be agree to the decision. However, outside of this meeting, you can register your disagreement, and at that it they do. So it remind people them part of the law we allow them for do wetin they do so. And that's now the Judicial Service Regulations 1968 PN number 15 1968. So Your Excellency continue for right. Your Excellency, the reasons for my dissent to the Commission's decision as follows. So it give reasons then now why and not agree with the decision we in general they all take. 1. There was not before the Commission a clear statement or at all of the alleged misconduct that the Honorable Judge was being accused of. Rather, there was a bundle of papers comprising mainly of old newspapers, letters, and excerpts from reports dating 2010 to 2013, with copies of 3 letters recently exchanged between the judge and the Honorable Chief Justice. Your Excellency, to date, I do not know with any certainty the stated misconduct on which the referred or the referral is predicated. Also, it should be noted that evidence of a person's past conduct is usually deemed prejudicial, and unsafe to be relied on as proof of present accusation. So wetin they say na ya? 1, he say see no evidence of the misconduct way they allege, and the thing them way them provide as evidence in a bunch of papers them from past, all newspaper of waiting and letters them of waiting Justice Holloway don't say or write. He say, but then thing and they, according to law, where you dey try for go at misconduct case them, you know they bring them all thing and they we not get direct connection with the current case. If you do that, it will considered say now prejudice. You kind of prejudicial. So meaning a bias towards the case and unsafe to be relied on as proof of present accusation. So a try for force say for you not see any sober evidence at all way for warrant this action. Two, the commission did not observe the rules of natural justice to aid the commission reach a safe conclusion. The infringement of the rules of natural justice were as follows. So it therefore say like how the justice say they not go through the proper process. So the process now where it talk about say they not go through now they put so now. A, the Honorable Chief Justice was both complainant and chairman of the meeting. Best practice would require that a person who has an interest in the outcome of a tabled issue would not participate in the decision of the issue. You will remember I talk about that, saying it gets interest in the case. Now, in the accuse, so it not be supposed to be part of this decision. Enough for this self na that meeting day. If you don't excuse himself, and now then call him say for recuse yourself from the decision making. So, but he not do that, and now he finally signed back and say for send am to the president. Again, the within them do say they not meet the standard we suppose for set for them, but the president in own side, except for this letter, he don't know that because he not there per the meeting. All he know is then send to advice. The only thing no more way I feel say maybe the president is not too late yet can ask the attorney general and say, okay, well, given that the Chief Justice be the chairman of this case against him and for make decision, so that means conflict of interest. So the president now for watch this case very closely and now try for see waiting and go calm after the investigation. But to me, it don't be. So in the interest of where they set a principle, yes, because of the Chief Justice, but not to the president in position that in terms of the setup, because the commission then get their own rule. So just like how Justice Reginald Sydney they say, then get their own rule. So if they not follow their own rule, then therefore be part of the process where President Bill get for look into for making final decision if you go accept the recommendation of the tribunal. And it not still late for also after this whole thing set another investigation against the Chief Justice. It not late yet. But for now, to me, I think say President Bill for just look forward to waiting go come from the tribunal, the recommendations, but like a release Chief Holloway in salary, like him back in salary. But let's go quickly back to the read. It's very interesting, my family. I know say for some people it's too technical and boring. Now I make a try for breaking now. Again, me not a lawyer, but given me extensive research and with how are they follow case them a situation like this abroad help me for able comment on this issue. So it continue for talk about saying where he present and all that. So we dey go now to the second page of the letter where Justice Reginald Sydney Fynn write. So it continue for say, now a phrase his lordship used repeatedly, so meaning that presented his case like the thing that we make. So it was clear that his lordship, meaning the Chief Justice, wanted only one outcome: to the referral of Justice Holloway for removal. Your Excellency, a man should not be judged and jury in his own cause. Okay, a very clear now. Like how you go say, you be player, you be referee. So you not for be the same thing. You not for be a player and you be the referee. So a very clear now. And this na he make, in my opinion, President Bill need for taken with all seriousness where he deserve. Because this it will taint the judiciary, because now we don't begin see divide among them. And this now the supreme court level so now. Because this judge in question now is Supreme Court judge, the Justice Holloway. So that's make a need for really take her with all seriousness. So the other reason where Justice Reginald also say, the Honorable Justice Holloway, whose conduct was being called into question, should have in the very least been informed that he was under censure or was facing some disciplinary process. He ought to have been given the opportunity to assist the commission make up its mind by telling the commission his own side of the story. He ought to have been offered the opportunity to explain himself or to take remedial steps. Your Excellency, the commission did not honor this, the most fundamental and natural justice safeguard. Hear the other side. Hey, brothers and sisters, like how they say, some of them tear, even if you don't get technical, legal backing, like legal background. But this, like how common people can say, where they can say you get three sides to story or a case. You get he say, she say, and the truth. Waiting that one person say, waiting the other side say, and then the two. So in this case, according to Justice Reginald Fynn, it try for Senaya, they not even give Justice Holloway the opportunity for come before the commission and explain himself. So then just decide all a meeting and whatever then decide for that meeting day, and in the Chief Justice just sign and say, okay, well, we send on to the President with this recommendation. And that's completely wrong. Common sense for Terry said and they wrong. And that Justice Reginald, they stand there for, which is very, very commendable on his part. So then two things and the points and the way he make. I'm really, really glad that he sent this to the President. Now, the third point we make, the removal of a judge is the ultimate it kind of whip for misconduct provided by the Constitution. So I don't show now this part of the Constitution. Okay, penalty. Okay, the ultimate penalty for misconduct. Okay, so this penalty and any process or processes related to it should therefore be reserved for the most heinous, chronic, or incorrigible conduct. 100% I agree. And that make Mr. Senobi take lightly where the President decide for that thing where they say like receipt, hotel receipt, done there by itself, supposed for be so terrible of a crime for remove the Auditor General. And I'm so glad where Justice Reginald Fynn write this. Because when you look, if law we say Lara and I be order for let them cross-check on behalf of the president in office, it's still not sufficient for saying a terrible crime that then for remove am from office. So when I see the kind of thing where be make not be taken lightly at all, I be feel say the president let the country down for remove Lara Taylor Pierce for reason where it not be true, and at the same time, if even it be true, it be trivial, not too serious infraction that or offense that for result in a removal. So again, Justice Reginald Fynn they emphasized that as well. A referral by the Commission should only occur where there is premier facie evidence of some grave misconduct by a judge. Such prima facie finding must have been reached by the time-honored principles. In the absence of clearly stated misconduct and the opportunity of hearing the other side, it is difficult for me in good conscience to support a resolution which will subject a judge to the risk of the ultimate penalty. Your Excellency, it is not any or every failing of a judge that should attract removal proceedings. That be very clear. Now, clear English, and 100% I agree. Because we are humans. People making mistake. Not to every mistake, you go say, oh, that mistake there is so grave, that's therefore removal. Even though it not reach there yet, but it come through, say, the Chief Justice, na intention that. Now that outcome they look for. But me go encourage the president for like a rethink if SF one for lean towards that. Number 4, proper notice of the meeting was not given in that the agenda and papers were not distributed prior to the meeting. Wow. The members at least came to the meeting without any knowledge of the agenda, and so I had not thought the issues through, considered the relevant law or the options and possible effect of any resolutions that the meeting may reach. As far as I know, all the members of the commission were in the same situation as I was. Such a witty decision like the referral of a judge for removal investigations should only be taken after careful and deep consideration by all involved in the process. Ifambulem, again, now this want for the sea. Now that country they landed people in the, like they wire. Make the case and stand for justice. Remember, this justice, not care about for let them go after him. But because he, like how we say, in conscience not able for let this thing go. So he decide for write directly to the president and explain in case. And so far, it really they're making case. Number 5, the meeting itself was held in a cloud of anger, wild accusation of the gravest kind, and a complete intolerance for any contrary or varying point of view. This is evidenced in the refusal to have me put on record my differing opinion. The chairman agreeing, though, that I was at liberty to communicate my reservations directly to State House, as I have now done. Decisions taken in haste and under such conditions should be treated with the utmost caution. Wonderful. 6, there was before the commission in one of the letters a complaint from Justice Holloway touching the conduct of the Honorable Chief Justice and alleging constitutional violations. It appeared to me, again, the last page now appeared to me unjust, that the substance or otherwise of those allegations was not being considered at all, whilst the judge who raised the complaint was being answered with what appeared to be very much like a reprisal. Your Excellency, it was and still is my opinion that the Supreme Court justices, in full quorum, could resolve the issue between the Honorable Chief Justice and Justice Holloway. Your Excellency, it may be argued that the intended tribunal will now hear all sides and will then have the opportunity to correct any possible wrongs. However, justice practitioners now know full well the real dangers and the risk of injustice being the result when such fundamentals as mentioned above have been compromised. Abinitu, that's at the very beginning, casting already an omnibus shadow on all that may follow. Also, Your Excellency, it is my opinion that the fountain of justice will prefer to endorse only practices which unequivocally support fairness and justice. So, given this part, now I see within the Lawyers Society, them be they come at saying Justice Holloway now ain't supposed to be the complainant, but now then don't pass judgment against them. So, but still, that completes this. I submit these reservations in fulfillment of my constitutional duties. So it quotes the section there, in the hope that they will contribute to improved working space for judges, where dissent is respected and not seen as a distraction, as well as to provide a more complete view of the issue raised, so that ultimately the independence of the judiciary and the rule of law will be strengthened. I am deeply grateful for Your Excellency's attention and kind consideration. With assurance of my esteemed regards, yours faithfully, it's up small. Yours faithfully, Reginald Sydney Fynn, Member, Judicial and Legal Service Commission, and again, na den kind tier we want, na den kind people here we need for showcase na that country day. This all this way he write is send a copy to the Chief Justice for say some term it try for undermine the Chief Justice. He send copy to him. He send copy to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. He send copy to the Secretary to the President. He send copy to the Executive Secretary of the Commission, the Judicial and Legal Service Commission. He send copy to in the accused or person where now the Honorable Justice Allan B. Holloway. He sent copy to the President, Sierra Leone Bar Association, and he sent copy to the President, Lawyers Society. What a brilliant, again, me fambulem, as salon person, we all for commend Justice Reginald Sydney Fynn. This action we take. Not to only, I don't know if I go say now because of a friend, but for let he put his own job on the line or his own freedom on the line. Remember, this now in boss, we're not the Chief Justice, but a stand for truth, a stand for justice. And he make them very clear, saying, Chief Justice, Commander, undermine the process. So it left to President Bill now for do the right thing. Again, in my opinion, and just like how Justice Reginald Fynn make clear, say the tribunal go listen to both sides. Because then go get opportunity now for listen to both sides. And make the recommendation, send them to the president, for letting decide now if you want for proceed, for remove Justice Holloway, or reverse, because to me at that time they now, I feel say the president for reverse the issue, because it don't reach to a point where let the master sabi people them hearing now from both sides. Instead of hearing one side, the other side, the president not get the capacity for handle this case by himself. So let the tribunal deal with them, and then where they submit the recommendations, the president, whoever he want for call, he can even take whether in a kind of consult with Justice Reginald and other justice system, or go back with the exclusion of the Chief Justice, go back to the justices, now the Judicial Service, the Judicial and Legal Service Commission, go back to them and seek without any pressure now from the Chief Justice, because the Chief Justice not there, Justice Holloway not there, and talk to them. But to me, the first thing first, I think say President Bill for Dunaya now for reinstate Justice Holloway in salary. So, but I still maintain the fact, say, President Bill not do anything wrong now. He follow the Constitution. And the Constitution make it clear, saying if they recommend action, he for take the action, even though he get a discretion. But to me, it always nice, or it always better for lean towards accepting the recommendation. Because that way, you sort of don't give them, undermine the authority, because the Constitution make it clear. Now, it make not to one person, now a whole commission where you get judges them, big agbagba them, will be part of that commission day, where they sit down and then make decision, and just like how Justice Reginald Fynn do, where he say, okay, well, I know we get the option for do all this within the commission at the meeting, but I still want to express my grievance. And I send this letter directly to you, and not in secrecy. I go copy all the necessary people and let them know, say, I don't send this letter to you. Great job. Great job. And I'm so proud of Justice Reginald Fynn as a Sierra Leonean. Let God bless you. And then God bless the country. Because now then kind, within I go call exemplary actor one for the sea that our country day. Not to that way Justice Commander do, Chief Justice Commander do, way horrible. You even like how the foolish politicians then they do, where then they kind of manipulate system, where then go give almost copy of policy, and not even give people in time for go now host for go read them and understand, and so then go come prepared for ask question, and right away they say, oh Lord, we go to question period. It even happen abroad as well, not to just Salone. And politicians them for no more letting go get their way through, then go confuse the other side, because then feel say they get the number and just shove thing now people in throat. But the justice system for way past that, because it's full of landed people, and like how Justice Reginald Fynn say, it's supposed to be heavy crime where somebody commit for let you go reach to that point for remove them. But in this case, I don't feel say it still constitute that. Now something where they suppose, like I'll be say on Thursday, where the HR department for able handle them, and Justice Reginald Fynn self say that. Say them for be able to resolve them within themselves. You're not supposed for reach to this level where then go set up a tribunal and involve the president. So what a shame on Chief Justice Commander. What a disgrace. Anyways, Fambulem, finally, let I talk about the elephants in the room, this topic about the $2.2 billion mission. So Fambulem, I know say we don't go way over time. Una permit me, then topic here, as una can tell, una self know, very, very important. Because the judiciary, now we get for save we from APC and SLPB nonsense. So if it is judiciary, then they full of manipulating within themselves. And if you see it creates divide, guess what? The politicians, they don't get away. Because they're not going to get unanimous decision at all. Where you go see they all agree on something against where they go against the benefit, the development of the country. But because they divide, then maybe go begin to take party side now. And we last hope then don't shatter. So Salon will just be like Banana Republic, where we not get anybody or institution where go all politicians they accountable. So now I make, in my opinion, this issue very, very important, because if you don't know address them, it will definitely bring that country down. So I want to say really thank you to we all. We continue for stick around. And now let we go to the major issue now, my brothers and sisters. So now let we look at this issue. Like I read for now very quickly within the benefit of this. And according to the write-up, the press release, for immediate release, Sierra Leone's landmark US dollar 2.2 billion mission, 300 Energy Compact receives official endorsement. Fancy, right? When I look at the second sentence, within the second sentence, say, my brothers and sisters, the largest infrastructure development plan, when I underline that word, they'll plan in the country's history. A plan. So that we, brother or sister Rose, this is not plan. So because not plan, so again, I need to try for pick on you, but I just ask the question. So because this not plan, so does it mean the people in way go see this as a possible game changer? You will consider them as being gullible? We cannot plan. And we all know, say this not big money. So your own definition of gullible, Sister Rose, if not man. And you say, so I think say you really not believe politicians them. I can understand to some extent the mistrust of the politicians them. So let's just go quickly and read some comments them as una don't send them. And now for say boku thank you for the comments them. I don't know if now we the topic AB maybe too technical for boku people them. People are not called, but that's fine, which is why I try for you to comment them. Again, one of my favorites, people them, favor, thank you very much and welcome. Say please like, share, and subscribe. Dear, let we like, share, and subscribe to this program. Brother G4, thank you. The kind position where Momoja Stevens get if for just don't resign for integrity's sake. I agree with you. At least for letting Kego this case and then say, then charge that lady with intimidation. Maybe the domestic thing Yes, arguably, but intimidation. Rose continue for say, this is just a distraction from the G7 recognition and $2.3 billion energy fund from the World Bank and ADB. It could be a distraction. Thank you for that. So Rose continue for say, this is the power of RRF forms and the respect for the rule of law and the judiciary. I'm not sure if I get that completely, the point we did try for make now. G4, they say, Madabio back no say, na thief the election. But now the Sierra Leone people we say, we see 22-year jobless man go be, go give am power, I blame. Okay. Thank you so much, Brother G4. And Sister Rose continue for say, former U.S. ambassador was ignorant to even ask the ECSL for disaggregated data, which is not available in Sierra Leone election process like the U.S. Thank you. And one for say, welcome to Luceni, I believe, Kamara. Say hello, my family. Thank you very much and welcome. So, Famulem, let me quickly just go through this letter. I mean, this release, and then let me read on quickly, and then close the show as we don't go way past the time. So, this, the Tiwa Asilewe underline, na plan, the largest infrastructure development plan in the country's history. We know say when it comes to President Bill, he get a hefty plan them. Like that one way he say he go build almost factory in Port Locker where it will cost $44 billion. And that Lunge Bridge, we then say they don't do feasibility study, and not too long ago, Senge say, well, they don't sign MOU with a Chinese company for build the Lunge Bridge and all that in day. They don't say all that. And they don't make so many huge plan them. But it's like say anytime President Bill come at the UN General Assembly, he go find something for go home with. Whether na make up stuff or lie or whatever. Well, I not say lie. Some people will say disrespectful, but exaggerate. He go do am. For no more let it say, oh, I come with this. And probably for distract, like how somebody say, for distract people them, for ask about tangible things them. Because from Clay Aiken to plenty other things them, they say Salon don't get endorsement. We not see that. So this can be one of several of that. But I go read them anyway. New York, USA, Wednesday, 24th September 2025, under the visionary. Again, it come up from them. So, like how they can say, Kondo they praise himself if nobody not praise her. Under the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, the government of Sierra Leone has proudly achieved a major milestone with the official endorsement of its $2.2 billion US dollars Mission 300 Energy Compact. This endorsement was granted by the World Bank Group, the African Development Bank, and key partners during a ceremony held at the Bloomberg Global Forum 2025. Sierra Leone's Mission 300 Energy Compact presents a strategic framework to accelerate access to affordable, reliable, sustainable electricity from the current 36% to an ambitious 78%. Its focus includes expanding power generation with a focus on renewables, modernizing the transmission and distribution network, promoting clean cooking solutions, and fostering a stronger enabling environment for private sector investment and governance reforms. President Bio, who also serves as Minister of Energy formally received the compact endorsement letter and expressed confidence in the country's prospects. And quote now, our Mission 300 Energy Compact is the most ambitious and comprehensive energy infrastructure initiative ever developed for Sierra Leone. Powered by evidence-based solutions and data, this single plan for Sierra Leone's energy transformation holds the greatest promise for unlocking sustainable and inclusive development for our people. Fancy words than that. But again, as they can say, the devil is in the detail. President Bill, who also serves, okay, I don't read that, and developed in record time, Sierra Leone's Mission 300 Energy Compact was spearheaded by the Interministerial Coordination Group, co-chaired by the Minister of Finance, Sheku A.F. Bangura, and Dr. Kande K. Yunkela, chair of both the Presidential Initiative on Climate Change, Renewable Energy and Food Security, and the Energy Governance Coordination Group. Alongside Sierra Leone, energy compacts from 17 countries also gained endorsements. So the sister will say this morning for several countries them. No, Salone no more now the 2.2. So the 2.2 now just for Salone, because this line say alongside Sierra Leone, energy compacts from 17 countries also gained endorsements. So meaning that other countries then get compacts. Mission 300 is a joint initiative by the World Bank and African Development Bank aimed at providing electricity access to 300 million people across Africa by 2030. The program leverages partnerships among governments, the private sector, and development agencies to foster economic growth and stability through clean, affordable, and dependable energy solutions. My brothers and sisters, I don't think there's a whole lot more for interpret today. As we now see so much fancy plan, but this is just like we struggle with the MCC. Of course, the MCC be very clear, be clear past this. Because this na plan, they say they plan for do that, and who knows? For most time they don't put all entire together, so then just wait no more this opportunity and kind of unveil them. Say, oh well, Salone self go be part of this compact and all that. By 2030, just imagine how many years, 5 years from now, we spend 2.2 billion for make about 300 million people get access to electricity. So again, I don't see much for excitement today, other than, well, time will tell, and then they sum it up. Time will tell. So not to be any they go. So the time get for come, we then get for tell we how that thing they go, because 2030 now 5 years from now. So again, 2025 we don't pass the middle. So you go say 4 years and some months, not fully 5 years at all. So, and this na big money, and for something we then plan for don't do for achieve by 2030, and now they roll the plan for 2.2 billion initiative. That's by itself, the timing safe way they see then go down, then go try for achieve and by is sort of questionable. But Fambulem la tap na ya, and to me, I sure say with all the excitement, the fine writing behind this thing, I don't see much to it at all, because we done did it before. From the Acorn, from other people and Bill Gates and all that stuff, then they would, and so they get a meeting with Bill Gates and hail Senge and all that stuff then there, but I don't see much we come out behind that at all. So again, for left from here, for telling una boku thank you. We go over 3 hours slightly, but for telling una plenty thank you. And again, for the betterment of the country, we will hope and pray that this compact become meaningful, because this, yes, it will definitely be a game changer. But with politicians them and the organizations here, we themselves want for kind of let and gain, like how that person say, a distraction, for let themselves get something for say or showcase or whatnot. It can be a calculated strategy, but at the end of the day, the one way, like I say, be almost certain. Look wetin dey happen. The ambassador don resign, and who knows who sign that project dey. Because one moment dem say, oh, they don sign, but till now we not see the project don't start from several times where they don't sign up, they don't approve them, and so just bunch of nonsense. And I'm so glad the way he resigned. Like, at least, even though they say the devil way it better pass the angel way no, but this devil like pass mark. If fearful. This ambassador, to me, in my opinion, a terrible ambassador. And I don't know really wetin he be the make of in terms of where they play them two party. Because one moment he go na APC office, who knows what he go talk there, and another moment he get meeting with the government and talk there. And it's like say the more way he be they talk to them privately or just independently, the more tension they rise in that country there. So you want to ask yourself, if he not to be one of the causes of continuous tension at that country there. So me fambulem, I'm for tell una boku thank you, and I hope una gain something out of this program. And for me, I learn a lot reading on a comment, and I go encourage una follow una share. And God's will, as a matter of fact, this Saturday we get a program, we in a special program, one we sister, we auntie, we mama na UK, where they launch a book, Pastor Faith, where that book they explain a lot of in life. And I believe say some people go learn from that. We maybe they say go see themselves, and that book they go be as inspiration for now. And plenty of we they go through similar situation where he expressed in the book. So I go encourage you now for like una tune in and let we hear waiting they say as a launching book to the community. They do na VOS, they be do I think 2 days ago or last week, but quite recently, they do na own page, but it will do again na VOS for giving the opportunity for listen to a message live. So I go encourage you now for like una please join in and let we hear from so this na something where I go just left with una and let una sort of tune in. And again, Fambulem, it will be this Saturday, and the time it will be 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When at UK, it will be 7 p.m. And then at Salon, it will be 6 p.m. So the program, online book launch 2.0. And this from we sister, with mama, we auntie. It will get some people that will come as panelists. And the author of the book, we titled Chronicles of an Abstinent Woman. And the author, Pastor Faith Melkosh, Okra for Smart. And I will encourage you now for Leona tune in on Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So una thank you again. Let God bless una with una family. Let God bless the VOS family. I mean VOS family. I mean una all the general family membership, the presenters them, and we folks them na salon, the management, everybody we involved for let VOS go before. And for say boku boku thank you to una all. And again, let God continue for guide and direct we politicians them. I can always they appeal to una let not swear them. Because if we swear them, they catch them, the country will continue for go backwards. And we don't want that. We want let God continue for push that country there, because now we no more get for solve salon problem. Nobody no get for come for help salon. So until Saturday, we are going to encourage you now for Leona watch Pastor Faith in book launch. And then on Sunday, we go get another episode of Social Media Review with Lawyer Shilon with Mr. Mengot, and una know say them very talented, can always come with issues them we mean a lot to the development of that country day. So I go encourage you now for Lona tune in on Sunday. We go start 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Salon time now 8 p.m. and UK time now 9 p.m. So for me, when I get for see me by God's grace every Thursday. So until next Thursday, I wanna continue for stay blessed. And me na Abdul Karim Kagbo, they say let God bless the one and only country we'll call Mama Salon. So on behalf of myself and the entire VOS, again, me na Abdul Karim Kagbo, they say una tata.